Yes, hello, good morning to Monday, early morning on Monday here in Ghana. There has been a number of developments across on the political arena and Sana Yebeko weekend way. And here we are back again, once again. We are heading towards elections away and I'm sure until we are done with this year's elections, we cannot afford to rest. There are a lot of development, and it's not just about election, it is about also restoring the dignity of our country, just like I said. And see, we are back again, once again. Said Missy Kano, this is our community, this is our channel, this is our place of interaction. And say we can subscribe to page now. Seize the opportunity and subscribe. It's Ivan Che Innocent One here on the YouTube. We are new. Seize the opportunity, subscribe to the page, be a member, be part of this community as we grow together. And I'm sure, sir, your partnership with me here on YouTube and other platforms will not be in vain. It's a platform I can boom just to learn one thing or the other, get interacted, and opinion, ideas, whatever that you have, piano. I think you can also offer, like I always say, the comment section is there for any review, criticism, opinion, alternative ideas, whatever. Just go there, just write it there, because it's a platform that is in the way of coming up. We intend to do a whole lot of stuff, but until that, this is what we get for now. NT, let's roll. I'm coming. Sorry. So, like I said, and there has been a number of development so basically that has to do with our elections. And leading up to this election, there is something very important that I need to discuss with people. Because very often you hear say, oh, Ghana no de akwakoye no we hwea enya de se be enti yenja musa. No. We cannot just sit, fold our arms and say, oh, sa nebeye. At least we must try. Because say you tenacity fold your arms, we will not end up failing ourselves, but also the next generation, we will fail them. Whatever you make, and maybe if they were able to put up some kind of resistance, pass the various platforms among for establishment boot for boot, ABA, okay, your present time way will be different. But it doesn't mean we cannot do anything. Yen to mean tenasim for the arms and say yeah honhia enye. Enti me call social media and I posted this thing. I'm sure some of you are wow follow me on Facebook, you might have come across this thing. And the message is that simple. The message is that simple. And it's make no mistake and say you will not vote. Those who refuse to vote in an election that is meant to restore the dignity of a nation with an excuse that it will never get better. Those people are far more worse and more dangerous than the very greedy criminals who are busily ruining the future of our kids just to satisfy their twisted sense of elite entitlement and insatiable greed. Vote this useless government out of power come this 2024. This is what I wrote on Facebook. And I'm sure, I wrote this because of the interaction with a lot of people. Say, oh, I don't know, ya tokra sene babeye. No, there is no monster government anywhere. We the people and create a monster government, because the power that we have, we don't know the value. We don't know the enormity of political influence we wield individually by the virtue of the fact The Constitution has imposed a responsibility on us. We have the right to vote. That right to vote, yes, it is an opportunity for us to exercise, your friend is saying, that power over the very people with entrusted political power into their hands. At any point in time, say Omaya the papa to renew that mandate. A situation where we feel they've messed up, we terminate the mandate. That power, say you exercise with the uttermost of discretion. Now I have based on the factual realities happening on the political platform. Trust me, there will be no monster government ever anywhere. Because some talk of America in the recent elections, and near my month a share name. Now I was looking at the survey. Two things, and they determine decisively why the people of America decided to vote. Not because they love Trump, not because they wanted Trump because of his bombastic nature, but because looking at the trajectory the present democratic government in the America call on two key issues in Tino, people decided to say, oh, then let us vote them out. And they did just that. And we had a devastating defeat. Biden government associated, and according to that particular way, it's mainly based on two things. It's the border, and then this LGBTQI men, transgender men are your friend is saying getting involved in women your friend saying teams, new women activities, which a lot of people thought it doesn't make sense. But the mainstream media shifted attention from this all important, and we see most of the big wins in the Democrat Party, and they have admitted say indeed these are the key issues. As I come tiny or money share, no more share any economy, but because they were busily throwing this identity politics, identity cards elsewhere, the people now, the ultimate beneficiary of whatever that happens in America, decided to take matters into their own hands and punish them. So you go into an election, those who decide, media men tuaba, you are far worse and more dangerous than the very people you think is this whole thing. Because you have the power. The abekwa turn the vote, the akwa je ade no crowd, the no crowd, the sebi ono de okay nipa crowd, you can't count that person. Because there is a reason why that particular power has been given to you. O ton okokromoti edekwaje 300 Ghana cedis, 500 Ghana cedis. You are only telling the world we nim nyansa. Because after selling that particular vote you lose the leverage. You have no power to sit anywhere and complain, say the government is bad because they bought your vote. You have no right to complain. For instance, iPhone for see a launch iPhone 15 year tone. My brother, my sika. I said you are selling and buying. Some top phone we are me pamere me pamere be she jamashino me pameka kotwatwene. The iPhone company, I bought that particular phone from them, cannot do nothing about the fact that made me sick because a business, you transact it, wajinisika majeme product away, product in the middle year and your wasam. Sana ukoton vote was aneti. Exchanging your vote for money, for whatever, for pleasantry, for whatever. The very moment you exchange your vote for something, you lose leverage and you become powerless, and you have absolutely no right to complain because your business now you can't do nothing. And it's the reason why you're going into these elections. The only thing that must guide you should be your conscience. That is based on your personal experience I will go through in the last 8 years. No money, no amount of influence, no amount of sweet talk, nothing. Familiar relationship, you can say partisan ties, nothing. Just sit down, true to yourself. Look at what has happened. Based on that, you make informed political choices. Because that is what makes you human being. But what Tanasi Koka say, oh, and now what chillinty, now your mame tea tomato ye chechere mo na asabi sabi aboa mpo ye be chechere mo de ama no so onko gina so nkoto aba. When people are doing these things or parties so wunye nipa we aboa bi and enti na be manipa na nya kokoduro a chechere mo ade 100 Ghana cedis aka ho se gina koto aba mame. I understand poverty I arrive, people are going through a lot, but you see so what the poverty ma that one day the 100 cedis na we no cannot take you from poverty if you're already in poverty. Rather no, it will rather push you deeper into a far worse arena of poverty. But nipa na order ma no secure a certain way before the home, and he's not coming back to fix your problems. But if you're able to hold them accountable, even if you don't benefit today, you are very much assured, say, your kid in the long term will benefit when a particular government come and institute policies and measures and faso also. Nanya sa jito bibidi na to aba mame. Jito bibidi na to aba mame. Oh men so mebu afu men to aba na no. Ebeba sa nkrofo no kra ye omamboyefo chan. Those are ye free so mo no mote ye so. Aba no want to be a wo your mamboye ni chan. Unless circumstances be beyond your control, but to sit there, fold your arms and say men to aba because me hair wenye, that is not true. You need to vote. You need to vote. So that is my message for all Ghanaians, especially young people. And I abama buena ye aba. No. Me da bia maka. It is my ultimate way that this particular government to be voted out so that we hold them responsible and accountable. I don't know what your destinies, your motivations are, but this is my motivation to get them out and make sure we hold them responsible and accountable. You have your own reasons, you have your own motivation, but one thing they say, don't avoid or the ballot. Make sure you go to the polls, cast your vote and vote well. Because about want to be this whole thing won't come. When people are talking about politics and as well, I say anyansa 40 or maimu na ye shamra na oyo amaju so mo nhemi na sam kwase afo ko shamra en kwase afo no be shamra amana diw. Is the reason why you must be part of those making that decision. So that at the end of the day, you don't have people deciding for you. And I came across a video and I saw the involvement of young people in this whole thing. And yeah, good years said people are really determined. I don't know if I can show the video. Maybe. Okay, let me try. I think that John Mahama and Anna.
An enthusiastic crowd met John Mahama at Dodo Lorry Station with cheers and chants of change for a better Ghana. The teeming youth with their unemployment was a focus. Both leading candidates have intimated how they intend to abolish the betting tax. But the young followers have been expressing their views.
For the betting, like MPP and NDC, okay, like my trust in NDC to cancel it because it's MPP who brought it. So far as NDC say they can cancel it, I believe say they can cancel it.
The betting was very good. Even they don't tax at anything, they don't take anything from the betting. But now, even when you bet, you win 100 cities, you have to take 10 cities from your 100 cities. And so you will suffer before getting the 100 cities. So we think if Mahama comes, betting, they will take off the tax.
But traversing the length of the Greater Accra region, John Mahama says a decision will be made on the Shai Osudoku constituency.
There's an opportunity to redemarcate constituencies and districts next year when the NDC comes into office. And so we
when betting tax, a motivation for some people to go and vote. And most of the young people in the video now a more major concern has to do with this. Your friends saying betting tax and several other taxes are aban ahipu agu amanfo so ene COVID abesi atwam kɔ, but we are still paying. Your friend is saying we are still paying for COVID in several ways. And several other staff are available. I'm sure says what baby na would you say where Ghana is heading towards at this particular time, no, are very bad for this country. There is no future for young people in this country. The trajectory of mine and so and born and as a former, you cannot afford to exempt yourself from this year's election. You must be part of the decision-making caucus. They say you must be proud and be part of the decision-making caucus going into this particular year's election. Ebia what can I say? I can say, oh, media, no. Makacho said we all have equal stake in this enterprise called Ghana, and you become a shareholder when you actually go to the polls and vote. So one yes, sir, now abdicated this sacred responsibility. Whatever be the outcome of the elections, you are largely responsible in an event things don't go well. Because to me, going into this year's election is an opportunity for us to restore the lost dignity of our country, to revive this country and bring back Ghana to a pedestal. This country can work again, because where we are we are choking under the weight of our own foolishness that has been made possible by certain greedy, demented, twisted minds who think being given political power, they own everybody, they can fool around and get away with it. This is the time for us to make that decisive decision and show them no, we give them that power and we can take it from them anytime we want. That is the kind of authority you and I going forward we need to assert. And in the future, whichever government that comes to power, Obana Obedim Krasisama, we the same people on one accord will rise against it. Today it is Akuffo Addo we are rising against. It doesn't mean say obi tino. In the future, any other government that comes in to fool around, we need to prove to them that Ghana is bigger than any individual, any political party, and you cannot, in the name of partisan politics, come and run and fool around because you think the people are gullible. And young people are consuming a lot of information. Young people are becoming enlightened. You go to social media, it's all over. All the political trends, young people, video you saw the number of people walking around. Young people, they are highly interested, motivated. They are interested in politics. People want to be part of the decision making because it is about their future. It is about their destiny. There be a catch and you'll be an fancy traveling out to go and live somewhere. There are people who want to go. There are people you call a seeing and so forth. But there are a significant number of people who themselves also want to stay here and make sure this country work again. So it will take the collective effort of us all, those outside, those here, those anywhere, to work together in a concerted effort to ensure that we make this country work again. And doing so, start with this year's election. So don't go and sit there and say media men twaba. One twaba we are mamboya for. That is the fact. Or twaba, make sure your vote is counted. And make sure you become part of the decision-making caucus. Don't be fooled. Don't be influenced. Don't allow anybody to use money. Let your conscience be your torchlight. Let it guide you. Make sure you are making a right decision. And whenever you are voting, make sure the dignity of Ghana is on the line. The future of Ghana is on the line. You are not just voting for yourself, you are voting to restore Ghana's dignity for the sake of your children and the next generation. So, you should know that. And after this election, whatever be the consequences, you have no right to go sit anywhere and complain. And a president, that is why I've been telling people, anywhere in the world where you go find sustained bad government, and a governance, nobody in that country is a victim. Nobody is innocent. You are all accomplices and sponsors. That is why the nasty stuff going under Akuffo Addo, because 2016 when he was walking around the political fringes like nobody, we gave him power, make made him who he is today. Today, he goes to functions and direct chiefs to rise and greet him. Can't hear him for meeting, I say, and a job, I say. And or no one casa tam yesika kosi statue at the Akosi Western Region Hospital, onim home marche. Ako jina di mo nya kokudru ako jina ho I don't want to get angry. So let these things play out in your head. And don't forget, say Ghana declare bankrupt. One who businessmen or mashas you move kroma pharmaceutical owners then as a forum because of the banking sector. Your friend saying crisis now a bina shada a gu amount for bank. I know yes under debt restructuring aba. People have died, contractors, businessmen. So the decision making going into this year's election, no, it's not just about you. It is not about what you're going to eat. It is about the future of several other people out there. So sometimes if it is about you alone, you can just do anything and survive. But there be a mecha. To some of us, we don't have a backup plan because we are the backup. The very moment we fail, several other people fail. Let that be your guiding principle going into this election. It's not just about you. It's about several millions of Ghanaians vulnerable out there and those yet unborn. We need to restore the sanity. We need to restore sanity. Revive the image of this country and make sure we put Ghana on the pedestal like my Ghana ayeye. Thank you very much. Like I said, this is my channel, Avanche Innocent One. When you subscribe, yeah, try and subscribe because in the coming days I'll be coming up with some documentaries. Just trying to put pieces together, a bit revolve around Ghana's politics, some of the political development, putting them in a form of documentary, and it will be showing on this particular platform. Enti unyan subscribe, yeah, tell your friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to subscribe to this particular platform. Sebe ya yebetimi grow the community together, stay interactive, and whatever we be a baby and on this platform, we don't do breaking news. And then as for we dive detailed into the issues, analyze it in the way ama antiasie aba yenye breaking news so hana makoti we ha. It's not a gossip platform. It's a platform where we interact to delve details into issues eba na yenyina yate ye ho ase to say so that ebetimi aboa ama yehu the way forward. Cultures are politics. We don't do politics with emotions. We do politics with wisdom. And once we invest wisdom, all our emotions will be drawn out and we will be able to stay relevant in this political environment and make sure we get political actors, those who have entrusted political power into their hands to do the right thing at any point in time. That is the dream. That is the goal. And I'm sure the Ghanaian dream, as I've been telling you, sir, is possible, is sure. All that it takes is the right mindset. I just want the people of this country to begin to see politics from a different paradigm, a different perspective altogether, where emotions, tribalism, ethnocentrism, regionalism, and those kind of nasty stuff will be put aside. Politics, and then we begin to judge people based on their deeds, not based on their color, based on their tribe, based on their religious affiliation, based on their tribal whatever. Subscribe to the platform. Let's get interactive. Be part of this community. Let's grow together. It's Ivan Che Innocent One here on YouTube. Thank you very much for your time.